What's happening? This ain't the podcast. This is just a reaction, so I'm not even gonna do this. Peace, peace, peace. Y'all know exactly why I'm here. Y'all know exactly why we're here.
Why are we here? Please indulge us.
If y'all recall, Jace had an amazing question before the last podcast. He said, "What will be the headline after UFC 300?" And what did I say? The best is blessed, baby. Let's go. The best is blessed.
First and foremost, everyone, you have to excuse my sister. The street corner was rough last night. That's her throat. But
Whoa,
you know,
pause. Whoa, that's crazy.
so really, like in my mindset, when to do this reaction video, so Sky can get some of this shit off her chest. So the podcast we actually talk about shit. Sky, go ahead and gloat. And now,
Listen, and Q. I only thing that would have made this better was just like putting Max Holloway's face. That's what I'm gonna do. Put Max Holloway's face on Leon Edwards' body. Look at me now. They said I couldn't do it. They said I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Let's go. Headshot. Dead. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Max Holloway is that guy. How long have y'all been watching this? First of all, if it's your first time seeing this, go back because this is like low key. It's the Max Holloway podcast. I just happened to like put scrap and roll here. Like, let's be honest here. That's all I'm ever talking about is Max. Every podcast, I find a way to bring up Max Holloway. When the Justin Gaethje fight was booked, first thing I did was call Jace. And Jace and I have always talked about this fight being the worst matchup for Max.
worst.
Like, worst case scenario, it's just bad. And when it happened, I was like, it's happening. The day of reckoning is here. But as a true fan, not a fickle fan, not a fake fan, a
Casuals.
true fan, I stood 10 toes down and said, he's going to get it done. They said, how? I don't know, but he's going to get it done. They said, how? I don't know. And finally, I was talking with some other people, and like one thing I've always said, when Jason and I watched Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev, he was faster and he was piecing Justin up. And all I knew is that Max was going to be faster and his footwork was better and he had great cardio. And I was like, it's going to have to work. Go back and watch the last podcast. Jason's like, but how? I don't know, but it's going to get done. And boy, did Max Holloway go out there and pitch a shutout. He looked phenomenal. And then to end it the way that it ended, go ahead, Jace. I mean,
No, you're good. Listen, gloat, shine, okay. Try to be Edward in Twilight when you're standing in the sun. You know, this is your day. This is your day to bathe in the sun, to walk around Mount Zion and say, you know, I am he. You know, you've been waiting
listen.
for this. This is this might be your cataclysmic mountaintop in MMA. Is that fair to say?
It is. It is. Sure, when Max was a champion and got multiple title defenses and blah, 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 that was cool. Against Calvin Cater, styling on him, going crazy, shutting the haters up at that point in time, that was cool. But that last night, nobody, and I don't care what people say, 90% of people, if not more, were saying Max was going to die. Majority of y'all were saying Justin's going to do him just like Tony Ferguson's. If anything, you'll see 300 was Tony Ferguson's revenge. It was Tony Ferguson's revenge. Thank you. Like, hey, you kind of look like Tony Ferguson. That was Tony in there. That was Tony on a 12-fight win streak in there against Justin Gaethje. Okay, there was a lot going on inside there.
You know what? That is fair if you think about it, because I don't know if you recall before that fight, he was talking about how, man, I'm so happy I'm fighting Tony. I want him to break my nose. Check.
Check.
Want to be in a war?
Check.
Check. Pure and utter violence?
Check.
I expect to get knocked down.
Check.
I expect to get knocked out. Wait, he didn't say that. But goddamn.
Check.
Damn, this nigga got knocked out. Face down, ass up. That's the way we liked up.
My God.
That was wild, man. That was crazy.
And can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go on.
How unexpected from Mr. Pillow Hands himself.
Listen.
Everybody. Max Holloway has no knockout power. He's going against the heavy. And I kept telling y'all, even when I kept saying it, I kept showing y'all the stats because I remember when Israel Adesanya went up against Sean Strickland. And when you looked at it on paper and you looked at the stats, the numbers were there to support Sean Strickland. But our eyes, and go back maybe like 4 or 5 pods ago, I said our eyes lied to us and said, Izzy's the better striker. Izzy's this. But the stats were there. And I kept telling y'all, Justin Gaethje gets hit 10.7 times in a minute. Max Holloway gets hit 4. Y'all kept talking about Max Holloway takes a lot of punches. Justin Gaethje is a fucking punching bag, and you're going against Max Holloway, who's dishing out volume. But y'all said it wasn't going to be enough. He was hurting him throughout the fight.
That nigga was punch drunk. I don't think that Max actually got hurt. Like no. When he fought Poirier, he got hurt numerous times. He was never hurt last night. He was never fucking hurt. And I just can't believe that, dude. Like, he died on that nigga. Like, why was you here, dude? Why was you here? So, Sky, real fast. So you think last night's performance, just take away the names. You think Max's performance last night was better than Calvin Kattar?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, because he fought smarter. In the Calvin Kattar fight, he beat the dog shit out of Calvin, but he still got touched. He still got touched in those exchanges. He still was, a little beat up in the face. Like, granted, the man threw 745 punches, landed 445, so you're going to get hit with something, right? But performance-wise, that was the type of performance that when you say you're the best boxer in the UFC, that's what we want to see. We want to see you hit and not get hit. We want to see you dominate. We want to see you control the space. And at all times, like everyone says, you might get tired. You might get tired, but the last thing to go is power. The last thing to go is power. And the whole time I'm yelling at Max, hey, keep it right here. Don't go crazy. When he was hurting Justin and wasn't pouncing on him, I'm like, yes, keep doing this. Don't go inside there and get baited like Derek Lewis likes to do. There were a couple times where Justin was kind of like shelling up, acting like he was hurt, trying to throw haymakers. And I thought he just fought. I thought that was his best performance overall because he was going against a monster. Calvin Kattar is not Justin Gaethje.
That's facts.
Justin Gaethje is Justin Gaethje.
That's
and
facts.
He could have put him on a fucking t-shirt.
Instead, he's the t-shirt. So real fast before we move on to the rest, I just want to say this. I know we talked about this last night, but like, man, I distinctly remember 56 seconds in my mind going, oh my God, Max Holloway is going to win this fight. And Justin was trying to just, Mr. Anderson, get this nigga down. I'm like, just run. When Max pointed to the center of the octagon, and not only pointed, listen, took a nail and hammer, and buried his feet right there and says, get this work. And then with the definition of an exclamation mark, put this nigga in Narnia. I lost it. I had goosebumps. I'm sorry to all of my neighbors. I lost control. It was an out-of-body experience. So, Scott, beyond the Bless Express, who really stood out to you last night, if you had to name, let's say, 2 fighters?
Let me first mimic him really fast. Oh, shit, my mic is like, no, let me first mimic him. I'm sorry. Is that not as great as the bow and arrows? I mean, just to...
Grab your mic.
Holy crap. Alex Pereira's celebration was as good as Israel Adesanya's bow and arrows. I mean, he got him out of there. Light work.
Listen real fast. Okay, with all these cameras and shit like that, these 3D angles, bro, like when they got your boy Jamal here with his eyes just in back of his head doing a stanky leg, bro, like he was sipping grandpa's old cough medicine, I was weak. But you know what? It really reminded me of Amanda versus Cyborg, where he got hit and said, oh, oh, nigga. Is that it? Oh, shit, you got to get this work. Listen, that was, I don't know what was more iconic in that fight, him with the, really? This guy? This guy? Or getting kicked in the dick. Didn't move, his eyes didn't move, stop.
Move.
Hit this nigga with the Jamie Foxx. Kept moving.
Move.
Can we now? Can you now hear live? Give us a little more props. Now I know you said you like Pereira, right? But can you say like he's that dude?
He's that dude. I'll say it. But and in my defense, I gave him Fighter of the Year last year. I keep saying this. I gave him Fighter of the Year last year. I will say this was the performance that takes him, like on the podcast last, I said that he was that because of his daddy Izzy. He did that. He broke out of that Izzy shell, in my opinion. He went from being, oh, just in Izzy's shadows, you're here because of Izzy, to like, okay, now you've got a champion defense. Now you're here. You're putting people out as usual. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if the UFC just didn't want it, but I doubt Joe Rogan would drop the ball like that. But I mean, he clearly said Aspinall at 301, or at least heavyweight at 301, and they just skated past that. They were like, "Oh, nice to blah blah blah." No, what the fuck? Run it. He's not hurt. Aspinall's
Run
not
it.
hurt, and
Run
nobody
it.
cares about what's his name. What the hell is his name? Pantoja. We don't
No,
want that as
I
our
love
301.
Pantoja. What you mean?
But do you care? Jose Aldo should be headlining that card as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, and finally that 301 is done, and then just like the energy dump that I got from this is incredible.
Wait a
But
minute. Wait 1 second. After that
yeah,
Max
absolutely.
fight was over, did you not feel like you had been in a car accident?
100%. And like I like the all girls fight. Like I could have cared less. Like I got up, I went outside, I was smoking a cigarette.
And
Like I
you
was
love
kind of
Ja
watching.
Woodley.
I do, but it just took so much. And Dana talked about it in the press conference. Like it just took the wind out of the sails in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll get more to that on the pod. Again, this is just a quick reactionary video. We actually got a few more minutes and we're going to go. So yeah, obviously Pereira was that dude. I thought Kayla Harrison just beat the dog shit out of Holly Holm. It looked like she had never fought before in her fucking life. That's a problem. And I don't want to get too much into it. We'll save it for the pod. But the thought, the notion of perhaps maybe Kayla against Amanda, take my money. Speaking of money, speaking of money, before we get out of here, I gotta give it up. To your boy, Money Mercado. Listen, I was the only one on the pod to pick Money Mercado, and I said exactly how he would win. Jalen Turner is not that dude. Again, fits every single profile, you know what I mean, of what you want. Like if I was going to a lab and was going to build a 155er, 6'3", reach, all this, don't matter.
I'm not gonna lie. After the fight was over, I texted Jason. I was like, "You were right. Everything you said about Jalen, you were absolutely correct. That's what ended up happening. He, in my opinion, biggest loser on the card. Biggest loser on the card because
Really?
because he won the fight and then you try to be cute and do a walk-off KO and then got submitted. Like that was embarrassing. I mean, not submitted. He got ground and pounded.
TKO.
But like, yeah, it was embarrassing. Like you really wanted that 300K so bad that you fumbled it. You want to talk about fumbling the bag? That man is the biggest loser on the card. He should be ashamed of himself.
Biggest winner on the card besides Max would be?
I'm torn. I'd say I'm kind of torn between Armin Sarukian and Alex Pereira because sure the Armin fight wasn't this crazy thing, but I mean the champion has a name. It used to be Charles Oliveira, and the Oliveira fans are very loud, very proud.
Shout out to Vinny.
He went inside there and did his thing. Armin went inside there and did his thing. But it's hard to say against Alex though. I mean, it was a non-event. It was a non.
It was Tyson in the mid '80s. It was just like, okay, here we go. Oh shit, nigga. So what else we gonna do tonight? Damn.
Yeah.
I think for me, I won't say it's Pereira because that's what I fully expected. I fully expected for him to go out there and to snatch this nigga's soul. Fuck, I might say the biggest winner besides Max might be Kayla Harrison,
That's who I was thinking
right?
about too.
Because uh, you know, as the majority of y'all are not MMA fans, you're UFC fans, you always have this built up trepidation that they're just not good enough to come over here, and she beat the dog shit out of Holly Holm. So I would say that, and like right underneath there would probably be my boy Diego. You know,
Holy emo never
Diego,
dies.
emo never dies. It was never a phase. Get
I
this nigga
forgot about that.
out of there.
What a great card.
Why is he so beloved? I know we got to go. Why is he so beloved?
Because he came off the couch late notice against Imov, whatever his name is, and almost beat him.
He won that fight. I don't give a
I
fuck.
mean, at this point, yeah, recency bias. I'm doing revisionist history. He won that fight. It was so close, and it was like he came from out of nowhere. And then since then, he's been just finishing, and he just looks. He just has it.
Has it? He has a start. It's funny. I was talking to I think Damien last night because we were talking about like the appeal of certain people, how they have just a it factor, even though again they don't speak zero English. Alex has this it factor, zero English. Charles Oliveira has an it factor, zero English. Diego Lopez, it factor, zero English. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like it's crazy. These people have no English and still like they are conveyed as a winner, and we get behind them and we support them and we want to see them.
yeah, yeah. And one last thing: American fans suck.
Thank you.
After you just said that, no, honestly, we do. We suck. Because after you just said that, I realized all those are foreign champions and we hail them. Like all other countries, when their fighter is fighting, they're behind their fighter. Americans were just like, whatever.
Well, I would say because we're so divided, right?
That's a
Just in
good point.
general. Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I'm just listen. I still got the Hangover. I'm actually about to watch it again right now. Um, just to see it. Um, I guess we got to go right now. Sky, don't rank it. We'll save it for the pod. But did UFC 300 go below, meet, or excel your
Exceeded.
expectations? Exceeded. Sorry, exceeded
Yes.
your expectations.
Yes. Exceeded.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
And I'll just put this last little bit out there because I didn't foresee that many finishes. And obviously, with Max Holloway doing what he did, I mean, I can't wait to get on the pod. One last
Oh,
question. We'll still ask it on the pod. Make sure you guys tune in on Wednesdays, 8 a.m. The podcast drops. Um, did What do you want to see Max Holloway do next?
swing, nigga, swing. Go ahead and fuck with Islam. Swing, swing.
You say do 155 over 145?
Fuck it. Why not? If you're going
Hey,
swing, swing.
you
Because
know what?
like
You're right. You're
because
right.
yeah, because long story short, right? Let's say he does, and oh my god, him against Ilya. Oh my god.
It looks
Let's say
different to you now, doesn't it? Be real. Be honest.
no
You
comment.
you like you might still go for Ilya, which is fine, but in your mind, the fight looks different than what you
This,
thought it
this
was.
this is America, and with this being America, I have the option to plead the fifth, which I will invoke. But let's say he does fight Ilya, and let's say he does get the win for just sake of argument. What does he do there? Go right back to 155, where now potentially he could fight for the title next.
Double champ status. More
You know
money,
what I
more money,
mean?
more money.
More money, more problems. Yo, no Diddy.
Yeah. You make a great point, and I didn't think about it until you said it. Go for 155 first because that
Free money.
solidifies you as a second, as a might not be a simultaneous, you know what I'm trying to say, double champ,
Simultaneously.
yeah, double champ, but you'll still be a two division champion. That and if you lose at 155 for the title, okay, I'm still that guy at 145. Just like you can still go back down there. And like you said, who else is he gonna beat at 145? If he beats Ilya, you know, There's nobody else there that I'm like, oh my god, I got to see him up against. So yeah,
Maybe
155 should be the
maybe,
play.
maybe he wants to fight Volk again just for his own peace of
He
mind.
does. He
You
said
know what
it
I
in the
mean?
presser.
But other than that, because he's already wiped all the fucking challengers, like
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say this, and I'm going to say it on the pod. I'm going to keep screaming it to the rooftops like I kept telling y'all. There's no way that you watch Max Holloway in that fight, in the zombie fight, in the Arnold Allen fight, and in all of the other fights with Volk, and look at that third fight, and you cannot honestly tell yourself that that was not Max Holloway. You cannot look at that and say, yeah, that's Max. You, as a Max Holloway fan, I know that I'm different, but like when I see that Max,
psychotic.
when I see that Max, I know that something was wrong with Max. He'll never say it. He'll never lay down an excuse. But as a fan, I will. And that third fight was not Max. Shout out to Volk, because hey, and even if it wasn't him,
Scroll.
even if it wasn't him, Volkanovski still stood on business and did what he was supposed to do. And that's all that matters. Because once you get in the octagon, it's up for everybody. The podcast is coming out on Wednesday at
Be
8.
ready.
We all will
Fireworks.
be here.
Fireworks. We got our favorite Irishman from Ireland, Vinny, who's gonna have to explain and to do about Du Bronx. And yeah, I can't fucking wait.
I
Cannot
can't
wait.
wait. You know, the Joe Rogan. I can't wait.
Yes.
Until then, we are out. See y'all Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.